Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream, and I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 80, and I am so glad that you're here today because this is a fun episode. We are talking about how when you start your business, you're going to go through an awkward stage, just like those middle school years. I can't wait to talk about this today. If you are new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast because I have no doubt it will help you as you start a business doing what you love. So make sure you do 2 things really quick. Make sure you hit subscribe or follow, whatever your podcast app says to do, so that you can get notified each week when I drop new episodes to help you in your new business. So again, hit subscribe right now. And also, I have free downloads for you. I have a free guide and a free 16-step checklist as you start your business. So make sure you check those out. The checklist is for as you are starting your business, and the guide is to help you figure out the right kind of business for you. If you're kind of stuck in the idea stage, I have this really awesome Ikigai mini guide, and you probably never heard of Ikigai. I hadn't either, but when I found it, it really helped me when I was starting this business. So I wanted to share that with all of you. So make sure you get those downloads. And if you've been listening a while, thank you so much. Thank you for all the reviews and to all my loyal listeners. I wanted to give a shout out right now to Mimi Jensen, who left a review. She said, love it. I am so grateful to Kimberly. I found this podcast a few weeks ago and I'm already through most of the past episodes, which makes me sad. They are helping me so much in getting my business going. Please keep them coming. Thank you, Kimberly. Oh, Mimi, I am so appreciative of this review. And don't worry, this isn't going to end anytime soon. I love doing this. I love sharing my experience and then everything that I learned to help you start and build a business doing what you love. So thank y'all so much. And if you've never left a review, would you take 2 seconds right now? All you have to do is hit the 5-star rating, whatever app, if you're in Apple Podcasts, whatever app you're in, just hit that really quick. That helps so much. And then if you have 30 seconds or a minute like Mimi did, to leave a review, it means so much to me. So thank you so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. This is a fun episode, and I hope it will make you realize that as you're starting a business, things may feel awkward a little bit at times. And I want you to know this. It's totally normal. Totally normal. I was looking back at some yearbooks. My son and I were looking back at them, and it was going back to when he was in middle school. And you know, those awkward middle school pictures, I even look at my daughter's and she's gorgeous, but the middle school photos are always a little awkward. My own photos are weird. My hair's weird. I don't even know what it's doing. We all got our hair cut really short back in the 80s. Like girls had really short hair and it was like kind of feathery. I don't know how to explain it, but we had short hair. And then I immediately grew it back out. Took years and years. But do you know those awkward stages? Do you remember maybe in middle school when people had braces, and now they do them even younger? I'm noticing so many kids getting them younger so that in middle school, a lot of them don't even have them. They're already done. It's so crazy. But then some of them get them in high school. I know my kids had them. Gosh, I guess it was late middle school, junior high years is when they got braces. And I was thinking too, for any of you that are my age, you would remember the movie 16 Candles and some of these other ones where people wore the headgear with the braces. Y'all, the headgear. It makes me laugh so hard. It's just that awkward, weird stage when you're trying to know yourself, understand who you are, find your place in this world, get to know what you're really about in the direction that you want to take yourself and the people that you want to identify yourself with, right? I think we're always during those times trying to figure out which crowd do I fit in? Where do I want to fit in, right? Who do I need to get away from and who do I need to move toward, right? Because it's all about who you surround yourself with. I tell my kids that your peer group is everything who you surround yourself with, right? But going back to being awkward, we all know middle school can be awkward, right? I want you to realize right now today that if you're starting a business, you're in the early stages, even in the early growth stages, things can feel awkward, okay? A lot of things can feel like you don't really know what you're doing. You're just trying to find your way. You're trying to figure things out. You don't do things perfectly when you're starting your business. And I just wanted to give you a few examples today of things that may feel awkward and weird, and you're going to look back. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to look back just like you do in your middle school yearbooks when you look back and go, oh my goodness. Okay. How far I have come. This is what you're going to say with your business. And that's the good news today for you. I want to lift you up. If you're feeling weird in any of these that I'm going to mention here, know that this too shall pass. You will grow through it. You will become so much more as you build your business. We are constantly trying to improve ourselves. There is no final destination. It's a continual growth process as you start and build your business. So it never ends, but there is an awkward stage. I'll just flat out, there is one, and I'm going to talk to you about those right now. So the first awkward stage that you may go through is when you first start telling people that you're starting a business. Is this you? I know so many people do this, and I did this when I was starting this business, and people go, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I have online boutiques. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to say that I've closed them and I'm actually starting another business. But it just felt kind of weird at first, and it was awkward. And then once I started being able to say, yeah, I'm starting a podcast, I would kind of lead with that because that for some reason felt less threatening to people. In my eyes, that just felt less threatening to say I'm starting a podcast. And then finally I got to where I could say, yeah, I'm a business coach. I'm starting a coaching business to help people start businesses doing what they love. Finally, I got used to saying that, but I would stumble over my words all the time. I would act weird. I think I acted weird. I don't know why. But is this you? Do you feel a little bit weird? Some people are just so hesitant when they're starting because you don't have that confidence yet. And as I always say, most people don't start with confidence. It's not until you take action and you can see for yourself that what you're doing is working and that you're progressing, that all of a sudden you find yourself gaining so much confidence. And then you're able to tell people what you do and not just keep saying, oh, I'm a teacher or whatever else you were doing for, or I'm a stay-at-home mom. You finally will have the courage to say, well, actually, I'm in the process of starting a business. And remember, how you carry yourself and how you present yourself is part of your business branding. People will get a vibe off of you. And I hope I didn't give off a weird vibe. You know, if I was acting just, a little shy about sharing what I do, and that's just silly. Now I'm not. If someone asks me, I'm so excited to say to help people start businesses. And they're like, whoa. And they want to hear. And they're like, oh, tell me more about it. I'm like, yeah, I have a podcast too. So I don't even lead with podcasts anymore. I used to, because that was my way of being a chicken. Okay. Are you being a chicken and you're not being brave enough to share what you're doing? Don't you want the world to know? Did you listen to last week's episode. If not, you need to go back after this and listen to episode 79, because I talked to you about all the things that you're doing right now that are compounding over time and creating big value and growth in your business over the coming months and years. So go back and listen to that if you haven't already. Okay, so again, when you're first starting your business, when you're first sharing the news that you're starting a business, it can feel awkward, but know that the more people that you share it to, the easier it will get. And hint, you can practice in front of a bathroom mirror. You can practice in your car while you're driving. You can practice while you're on a walk or a jog and pretend that someone asks you what you do, and you go ahead and rehearse what you're going to say and start working through the wording of how you're going to share it. It should be super simple. Unfortunately, for many of us, it is not. And it takes a little bit of practice, because if you're not used to being a business owner, right? Anything that you did, you like to sew, now you can say, I have an Etsy store. I'm starting an Etsy store. Yeah, I make bags. I make custom bags. You can start getting used to how you're going to share this confidently so you don't look like a doofus when you're telling people, because everyone you're telling now is going to compound over time. Okay, so number 2, the second way you may feel awkward as you start your business is with the product that you present to the world. The first rendition of your product feels awkward. And you could be a service provider, okay? So like me, like when I first started coaching, it felt a little awkward. Even though I knew I could help people, I just felt like, what if they don't think that I'm doing a good enough job? So if you're a coach or a consultant, you know what I'm talking about. If you're selling a product that you make yourself, it can be scary the first time you unveil it and show it to someone. You're like, do they like it? Because a lot of times when you make something yourself, what other people think is very subjective, right? It's in the eye of the beholder. And you're trying to find those people that value what you're making, right? We could go into a long conversation about that. You're trying to find the right people who value the product you're making so that it doesn't have to be so awkward, right? If you made a beautiful, awesome bag that was girly and had flowers on it and all this stuff, and you showed it to my husband, he is not going to value that bag as much as I would. If you showed it to me, I would be like, oh my gosh, I love it. I have to have it. Let me see the pockets. Let me see this, that. Let me see the straps, right? Right. My husband may not appreciate it. So we want to find the right people who appreciate what we're selling. Okay. So whether it be a service offering that you've just started doing and you feel a little nervous about it, but you go ahead and do it, just know that awkward feeling will subside. It will subside. It will start going away pretty quick. Once you hear one person say, I love your bag, or that was amazing, I just had an aha moment because of the service that you provided, you will gain the confidence and it won't feel so awkward. But know that every product or service is constantly being improved. And so even though you feel like it's not perfect right now, it's okay. You're going to be able to tweak it over time, which is so exciting. And then even if you're a service provider like me, a coach or a consultant or anything, your service packages will evolve. Like, do you want to end up having some kind of membership or Facebook group? Or do you just want to do one-on-one? Or do you want to create some kind of course? Like, what do you want to do? And by the way, that's what we do. In my Just Start Academy, I have a small group program. Okay. It's a very intimate group. And that's what we can do is kind of start from the beginning of your business. And then by the end of it, you may start thinking, oh, maybe this could be more like a membership or something like that. But that's the great news. This program gives you the foundation so you can make that decision later. Right now, you've got to make all the foundations for your business, right? So just know that your first renditions are going to feel awkward. It's going to feel awkward when you first offer it, and it's okay. It's going to get better. I can assure you of that. Okay. I've been through it many times and it goes away. Okay. It goes away. So again, let's review. The first way that you feel awkward as you start your business is when you first start telling people that you're starting a business. It's weird. It is. It just is. You'll get over it. I promise. Second one is when you give that first product to someone or you offer that first service offering to someone, it feels a little awkward. You're a little scared. You don't know what they're going to think. But I'm telling you, when that first person thanks you or loves what you made or is so happy with what you offered, it goes away. It really does. It goes away. And the third way that you're going to feel really awkward the first time you do it, eventually you're going to have to be on video. You will pretty much All businesses at this point, at some point, you're going to be on video. You can do a welcome video for your website. You can do a Facebook Live. You can do a video that shows your product or your service, right? There's so many different ways that video is getting integrated now. I'm not saying you have to be on video all the time, but at some point, even if it's just on your website, on your about page, or somewhere that explains your product or introduces yourself or anything like that, when you first get on, it feels so weird. Y'all, when I was going live for the first time in my group, so I went live I have the Women Starting Businesses Facebook group, which is amazing. If you're not in it, click below. Okay. You can search for it on Facebook too. Women Starting Businesses Doing What They Love. You have to get in there. There's so many amazing people in there starting businesses. And we have such a great vibe in this group. No riffraff. It's awesome. So anyways, the first time I went live in the group, I didn't announce it ahead of time. I literally pushed the button and went live. But let me back up. I was in a program where you could actually practice going live with other people that were practicing going live, which was amazing. And the very first time I went live with them, my hands were shaking so bad. And I was on camera for no more than a minute. Like I just said my name and introduced myself, but it was live. So it's this weird thing. Like I could be on recorded video all day, but the minute it went live, it was the weirdest sensation. And after I was off, I could not wait to push the button to end the live. And my hands were shaking so bad. I couldn't even type on the keyboard to finally finalize the recording and get over to the file and make sure it was saved. And it was so scary and I felt so awkward. So then right after that, after I did it, I took a deep breath. It took 10 minutes. Took a deep breath and I said, you know what? I should probably just go live today in my Women Starting Businesses group so I can just be done with this and I can sleep tonight knowing that I have gone live. And so I did it. I didn't announce it. I didn't say anything to anyone. I went live in the group. Now I don't even remember what I said. It was a short video. People were popping in on the live and I could see it. And I was talking and I ended the recording and I was shaking so bad. And then from then on out, y'all, it has not been bad at all. I don't even get nervous. I kind of just wait for the countdown because I have software that I use before I actually go live. So I'm on there and it's counting down and I go live and I'm like, hey, everybody, it's so weird. The awkwardness is over. Now, you may say I still look awkward. It's all good. I totally understand it. My point is I felt a little awkward and that's how you may have felt the first time you went live or the first time you got on video, or if you haven't done any of that yet, just know it's like going through middle school. It's a rite of passage. You have to pass through it to get to the other side. Have you thought about that? That all these things that feel uncomfortable and you feel a little bit low self-confidence about, you don't know if you can do, you don't know if people are going to like it, you don't know if you're going to come off right. The only way you can get past it is to go through it. You have to walk straight through it. You have to do it. When you get on the other side, trust me, it is so much better. If you told me to go live right now, I would go live. I wouldn't be shaking. Nothing would be wrong. Now, if now you told me I have to go get on a stage in front of people, I'm sure I would be shaking. I would feel totally awkward and it would be weird. So yes, that's another situation where later you have to get on stage and you're not used to. But I feel like now I've had a good build up to this. I've taken the path that is comfortable for me. And that's what you have to do too. For me, it was get on a microphone first, talk behind a microphone. Okay, check, did that. The next one was get on video and get recorded for my best business idea workshop and some other things, right? The third thing was go live in my group. Did that, check. So I think if I had to get on stage in a week, I just would need to get a speech prepared. I could do it. It would feel a little weird. I'm sure I'd be shaking so bad. I'd have to have a stool or something there so my knees didn't buckle under me and my hands would be shaking. So I'd have to figure out what to do about the paper. But you know what I'm saying? You have to go through that to get to the other side. It's like learning how to swim. You've got to get in the pool. Now, some parents do it the tough way and they chunk their kids in the pool. But a lot of us let our kids swim in a shallow area or, get with a teaching instructor, all these different things, right? You have to go through it to get to the other side. So I just want to reassure you right now, if you are in an awkward stage, if you are in the middle school of your business, okay, you're in that awkward stage where you're kind of past that fun elementary, but you're about to hit high school when you launch this thing, right? That it's okay. And we all go through it. We all make it through, and it's a rite of passage. If you think about it like that, it kind of changes your perspective. If you look at it as, this is so exciting, I get to get this cruddy stuff over with now so that I can be an amazing business owner and show the world what I have to offer so that I can get them results, right? So that I can make a difference in their lives. Because if you don't go through this awkward stage and go ahead and knock this out now, you're going to have to do it later. And all you're doing is prolonging this. And that's a day that you've wasted that you could have helped somebody. Okay? That you could have given them the products that they know would have helped their life, that you could have offered a service that you know could change their life. Right? So you have to think about it that way. Even though it's awkward, it's necessary and it's amazing when you get on the other side. So that's it. I just want you to know that. Again, if you feel awkward talking about it, if you feel awkward with your first products, or you feel awkward getting on video, just know this is your time to do it and be done with it and get past it. And you can get onto high school and college and graduate and be an amazing, amazing business owner. You know what I'm saying? It's an analogy about school, but it's the same thing with your business. So I'm so excited you're here. Thank y'all so much for listening. Again, if you are in the process of just starting your business and you would love a small group environment where you get personal help from me as you start your business, check out my Just Start Academy. The doors will be opening this summer again. And so I'll have another small group come in. I may have an application process for those of you that are coming in because it is a close knit, intimate group. And I just cannot wait to help you. The girls that are in my group right now are going through amazing transformations, and I've seen their growth, and I know it can happen for you too. So I would love for you to be a part of it. If you are right now sitting here going, I would love to start my business, but I don't even know what business I should start, then I do have a best business idea workshop, and it's just a self-paced workshop you can work through. You can check that out below. And then I do offer one-on-one coaching. So I want to invite you right now. If you have been thinking, you know what, I just need some personal help. I need someone to help push me forward and knock out all these stumbling blocks that I have in front of me, then I'm inviting you now to book an intro call with me. We can just talk about it. I can make sure that I can help you and you can decide if we're a fit, and let's do it. Let's get this done so you can move your business forward. So that is it. Y'all are wonderful. And again, if you're not in my private Facebook group that is free, please come and join today. I'm inviting you there too. For women starting businesses, doing what they love, you can click the link below. That's it. Have a wonderful week. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.